If you're feeling bogged down by the impossible expectations or the noise of new year, new me, take a second to pause. Grow Therapy gives you space to slow down, check in, and start the new year from a more grounded place. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. And if something comes up, you can cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0, depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/booknow today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/booknow. growtherapy.com/booknow. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
You can still do your producing. You can still finish out with Mandalorian, Grogu, whatever. And what's the other one? Star Wars Starfighter, I think, or something like that.
Starfighter, yeah.
Starlight.
Thank you. I do Star something. Star Wars.
Starlight. That's actually a movie.
It's a parade.
It was a fireworks show at Hollywood.
Yeah. That is not inspiring. Wait, Starlight.
Wait, is it Starlight or is it Starfighter?
I thought it was Starfighter. Is that
it is Starfighter. Yeah.
Starlight.
They named their series after a Madonna song?
Yeah. Starlight. There go your money, right?
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars, and you are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast, and may the Force be with you.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way. Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libations.
Feel it, feel it.
This is the show where every opinion is welcome and nothing we present is groundbreaking or terribly exciting. It's just some filler for your life if you need it. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. On this episode, we discuss the latest Star Wars news, from a change in leadership to a change in timeline for Galaxy's Edge. And look, this isn't your typical polish, practice, pixie dust, a Disney podcast. No way. We are not in Disneyland every day letting you know that the new Winnie the Pooh tumbler is now available for purchase.
That's right, Kev. We're just here to drink, talk some Disney, and say ding dong, the bitch gone.
Yes, indeed. And you listeners have the easy part. All you guys and girls have to do is to listen up to what we think up while we drink up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And I'm Rachel.
And look, if you're thinking about visiting a major theme park in the near future, like Disney or Universal, Rachel can help you book that. Booking with Rachel is one of the easiest ways to support the show. Also, you can leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcast and or wherever you access our show. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. Also, we want to thank our Patreon supporters, both past and present, for all they have done and continue to do for us. And for this week, we're going to skip the jibber jabber because all the jibber jabber and discussion is going to happen with our Star Wars story. So look, enough of me talking. Let's go learn more about the latest happenings in the Force. Welcome to The Q, the segment where we discuss all the news and happenings in the world of Disney today. And man, it's only been a week since we last recorded, and so much Star Wars stuff has decided just to drop. A lot of different news, especially 3 particular articles in which we're going to discuss. This is what happened. Disney did something, maybe unthinkable, who knows? But they definitely officially broke Star Wars canon inside Disney, Galaxy's Edge. So that's one of the big pieces of news. So you'll have Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Leia all showing up in the land that was supposed to be locked.
Han Solo too?
Yeah, all the solos.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
All the solos. That's right. Yeah, if you remember, it was originally supposed to be locked to one very specific moment and time. And we have other articles that we discuss as far as change in leadership over at Lucasfilm and the whole Star Wars thing with Filoni taking over the reins and whatnot. And Kathleen Kennedy had this outgoing interview, I guess, to talk about the state of the movies that I remember covering this on the show. And so there's just a lot of things that happen. And the more I read into this whole thing, the more I realized maybe this isn't just a park story, but maybe it's like Star Wars Identity Crisis.
Oh, yeah.
What a great title.
Finally spilling into the parks, man. It's crazy. So
No, this is definitely widespread.
so this is a bigger thing. So we're going to talk about all these 3 news stories, culminating, of course, in Galaxy's Edge, because that's where the whole synergy thing, Eli, right? It just falls into place so people
Like
can and do it. Quick question: how do y'all feel about this? Was it a good move? Was it like kind of a betrayal to what you were expecting, or how do you feel about
Which part?
Which part?
On the theme parks?
Yeah, theme parks, maybe the movies tied into it, because that's what
Sure.
they're going to do eventually, because they're bringing all those things together.
I'm glad that I'm happy that we're going to see some characters in Galaxy's Edge that we actually give a shit about. That's nice.
Yeah.
No offense to V Marati or whatever. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but it kind of helps when viewers or park guests, or I guess you would say, are actually emotionally invested in the characters that they get to meet when they go visit the land. So from my perspective, I think getting Han, Luke, and Leia is a huge win. But on the other hand, I'm kind of disappointed that Disney is pretty much waving the white flag and admitting that, despite all the new movies and TV shows that have been produced, on our watch, the best of Star Wars is in the past, to borrow a phrase from Dinosaur.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not to say Disney can't right the ship with a few new series of films that take the franchise, hopefully, in a new, unique, original direction that we like. But I don't know that I've seen anything that gives me any confidence to say that they can do so. And, when it came to mismanagement of a franchise, I really kind of thought that the Muppets were the gold standard. But at least with the Muppets, there was like some extenuating circumstances, like, Jim dying, Richard Hunt died not too far after, the deal got complicated, Frank Oz was transitioning to director. Like, there was a lot of, the franchise wasn't even as hot anymore with the Muppets, but people were salivating for Star Wars when Disney announced that they were purchasing it and they were going to have 3 new films and that all the original characters were going to return. And we're going to introduce these new characters, and to see what they did with it. I mean, the damage has been done. Like, I'm glad Kathleen's gone, but the damage is really done here. There's no way to get those. Unless you just pretend those last series of movies don't exist, you can't move forward. You definitely can't move forward with Leia. Han and Luke are gone.
I was going to say.
So, this is Exhibit A for franchise mismanagement, I would say.
I agree.
So, I'm happy in a way, but does any of us really think they're going to start taking this seriously? Like, really reskin Rise of the Resistance and put in the newer the older characters in place of the new ones?
I doubt it, but I'm like you. I'm like, it's cool to see them on one hand, but it's like a little too late on the other.
Right.
Yeah. I was missing Luke Skywalker so bad, I went and watched the 2 Lion Crew video the other day just because I needed some Luke Skywalker in my life. But yeah, I totally agree with that. It's like these guys are like historians, but this shouldn't be like a Hall of Presidents style presentation. Like, you had all the time in the world when you went and redid all of these films and added these new characters to put these guys in the park, especially when they were going to be dying off. So to do it now is a little late. I was wondering if they were going to try and do some sort of weird retcon, have new actors in movies and then say, here's like what they did with like X-Men, which I hope they don't do, but that seems to be the only way to kind of make this continuity work, in my opinion.
Yeah. Rachel, what do you think? What's your initial feeling with all this news that dropped?
Yeah, I think my initial feeling is just that I always thought what made the Harry Potter land so strong at Universal was that you felt like you were walking into the movie that you loved.
Yeah.
And that was something that Disney really just didn't capture, I would say, with the exception of the Millennium Falcon. But outside of that, I don't feel like they made you feel like you were stepping into a movie scene that you loved. And so perhaps these changes will be better at that than what they had.
It always felt like Galaxy's Edge, to Rachel's point, was designed by fans of Star Wars who wanted to open a Star Wars land, but they couldn't use any Star Wars part. It was meant to make you have a Star Wars like experience
feeling.
but
Yeah.
without actually giving you any places in Star Wars that you would like to visit, any iconic Star Wars place, like no droids roaming around, no aliens. Like to Rachel's point, nothing in there feels like you're in an alien planet. There's nothing at all about that place that's evocative of walking in a world inhabited by the characters from Star Wars. You just don't have that. And I mean, Docking Bay 7, that could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, the canteen, that could be any outer space environment where you're just like, yeah, we're inventing a new franchise of, I don't know, Star Destroyers, you know, the series, and you're going to go visit our restaurant in space. I don't know.
Space Armada.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, nothing felt like Star Wars.
Yeah. Outside of the vehicles that are there, like the Millennium Falcon and like a TIE fighter and stuff, that's about the only.
It's not even a TIE fighter. It's like Kylo Ren's ship.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
it
His
is
little version.
Kylo Ren's ship.
Right. It's right behind me.
A Ren fighter.
Red
But
fighter.
yeah, and it was never even used in the movies,
Yeah.
from my understanding. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, now, like what? So,
No, I thought it was used. I could be wrong. Didn't he step off of it first episode of the new trilogy? The first time we see him, like with the stormtroopers and oh my gosh,
Yeah, he freezes the laser
Finn
beam.
takes off his
Yeah.
helmet and we get the
who
blood.
talks first? You talk first. I do. I you know, maybe I don't remember it, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah,
So it's possible.
it's it's not really that important of a point.
Sure.
But I was like, I thought we did see it once.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
but
not.
I mean, how weird is it now that now we're going to have this weird amalgamation where Darth Vader is going to be stepping off of his grandson's ship, who was born after
Oh,
he
I
was
know. So weird.
after he died.
You need
Like,
you need
thanks,
help to
Pa,
the
for
senior
the
citizens
ship.
home. You're like, I got you, Grandpa. You know.
yeah, you're going to have original trilogy characters existing in the world created for new trilogy characters. That doesn't really quite make sense.
No.
But Gavin, you haven't given your thoughts,
No,
Kevin.
I haven't yet. This is when we've talked about this whole Star Wars thing tied into the parks previously on many different occasions whenever this topic pops up. And so I feel like this is now Disney just trying to kind of like what they're doing with Marvel and Doomsday and say, oh no, this is a continuation of the Infinity, what's it, Infinity,
What Infinity Stones?
Yeah,
or
the,
Infinity War.
multiverses.
the other story, the Thanos.
Oh, like the
Timeline,
cave.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, the timeline. Yeah.
Yeah. But with the whole multiverse. So I feel like this is kind of like what they're trying to do with Star Wars is try to get it back on track because they know they're way off the rails and they have no idea what's going on.
Well, the idea that you can just retire characters.
Right.
Like,
Right.
hey, you know what? Batman's ultimate goal is to retire. You have 3 films in Batman and move it right onto a Robin and let's go for it. No, people like Captain America. They want to see their Captain America. People like Luke Skywalker. I mean, that's the biggest failure of the new Star Wars franchise is that they really didn't use the original characters well. There's no reason Han Solo, I know Harrison Ford didn't want to live. And for whatever reason, he didn't want Han Solo to live in this universe. But Luke, I mean, killed him off in the second movie. You get, 10 seconds of screen time in the first? Again, just horrible mismanagement of these. There's no reason why the original characters could not have existed in this new world with the older characters.
It was like a failed attempt as a pass off, kind of like with the Shia LaBeouf and the Indiana Jones stuff.
Yeah.
Ah,
You know?
okay.
So it's like it didn't really catch or really work.
Right.
I mean, kids, young folk like Daisy Ridley's little character and whatnot, but I mean, that's about it. Outside of that, maybe Finn, but not really.
Yeah, nobody
Well, with
feels Finn.
the fake Solo, whatever his name, Poe Dameron, I don't hear people talk about that too much.
Nah.
No.
We hear more about what's Daisy Ridley's character? What the heck? Her name?
Ray?
Ray, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear more about Ray than anything else out of that thing. Maybe Kylo, only because he's in the ride. But that's about it. So anyway, we'll get more into it
Sure.
as we go along here. But just to set how this discussion will work, I'm going to do it in like a typical movie 3 act. So act 1, I'm calling Star Wars doesn't know where it's going anymore.
Mhm.
And the movie slate proves it.
Yeah.
Act 2 is going to be Disney changes who's in charge and tries to stabilize the franchise, which I was speaking to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then Act 3, the theme parks stop pretending there's one future, and Galaxy's Edge breaks canon. So those are the 3 acts. So this is one huge story with 3 little subtales going on in the background.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Our
Yes.
own trilogy.
Yes.
Yes.
You're gonna do
So to
something like Empire of the franchise, return the franchise, and don't you gonna like do some play on?
I know
words
that's
with
what
that?
I was thinking. I was like, oh, I'll make my own little trilogy
Yeah,
for this
go
show.
ahead.
This will be good. We'll
Make
see
your
how this
trilogy,
goes.
kid.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Yes.
right. Act 1, the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Star Wars has no clear future. On the movie side, has no clear future because everything else flows from this, right?
Mhm.
From all the movies. That's why we have that there. According to recent reporting, Star Wars currently has multiple films announced, teased, or rumored, which we've heard in several different presentations they had. And almost none of them, if you read the article, and we're talking about the specific article that Dark Horizons posted on her Kathleen Kenney's outgoing interview with them, and she's talking about the status of various Star Wars projects that we've heard in like D23 and Destination, whatever, all that kind of those particular conference presentation type things that they've mentioned these Star Wars movies. But basically, in all those particular situations, the projects get announced with fanfare, and then they quietly stall.
Yeah,
directors come and go. Trilogies are teased and then walk back. Some scripts exist, some don't. Some are on hold, which in Hollywood is basically purgatory, as we know, right?
Yeah.
And this is the key point, I think. Star Wars isn't failing, it's hesitating. There's no agreed upon future era for Star Wars, and at the moment, no shared destination of where we're headed to. So y'all brought up a thing about trilogy, so here's a question I have for this particular piece. If Disney announced a brand new trilogy tomorrow, I think I might ask it's a previous show. If Disney announced a brand new trilogy tomorrow, would you trust it?
No. Be terrified.
Yeah.
Trust? Yeah, no, definitely not trust. But would I be intrigued? Absolutely, because I think that from what I understood, that they were working on a new trilogy, and that was the Simon Kinberg one.
Yes,
that they were going to do something that moved on from the Skywalker saga, and that was well needed. I'm fine with us moving away from the Skywalker saga. That's completely good. That they wrapped it up as well as they could possibly wrap it up, which was terrible. But there's nothing more that I need to see. Luke's gone. Rey's not really a Skywalker. I've seen everything I need to see there.
She's a Palpatine.
Right.
She's Palpatine.
I would like to see something that goes in an original direction. I really would. And I would give that a chance. I am sick and tired of people going back to Star Wars. And this is where my frustrations would have happened. I'm sick and tired of people going back to Star Wars and say, we're going to take the stories that have already been told and look in the nooks and the crannies in between these stories and try to develop a series about this little limited time frame or this character that was slightly introduced that was never really developed. Like, I'm sick and tired of looking for the future of Star Wars in the past. I would like to see them move forward on something that isn't safe. You know, something where they've invented new characters. They feel like they've got something new to say. They feel like this is something that can move the franchise forward and it's intriguing. And instead of working on giving you something you already know, we're going to work on making these characters identifiable. You're going to care about them and you're going to care about their struggle. And that's what it needs. I'm sick and tired of them looking in the past and trying to figure out, oh man, we didn't quite say that Obi-Wan and Darth Vader never met again between, episode 4 and the end of episode 3. So we could do something in between those little cracks. I'm tired of that. You know, they concentrate on the mortar between the bricks instead of the bricks.
Yeah, some people may argue it's like, oh, that's what they try to do in the new trilogy, introduce new characters. My argument against that is that, yeah, they introduced new characters, but they're basically like ripped off a blueprint of what was there before. Like I mentioned, they tried to make Poe Dameron the Han Solo type person, and you could see it. It was nothing. It was not a new personality. It was nothing different. It was just hotshot dude, whatever else, talk slick, and you have, I don't know what Finn and Rey were kind of emulating, but I feel like it's a Leia. I can't even say thing. Finn would be like a Luke kind of a thing.
But he's a coward. So yeah.
So yeah, it'd be like, it's like switching. It's like you took the two characters, but then you switched the roles. And so it still felt like a blueprint. Like it's just like, oh, we'll hit the Ditto machine for those that know Ditto machines. And it just spit out these characters, So, so that's my argument. Even though you could say they tried to introduce the characters, they really didn't. I think they introduced better characters in the cartoons more so than they did with those movie trilogies.
That's why I said archetypes. They didn't introduce fully.
Yes, that's the word.
Fully fleshed out. That's the thing. That's why I said I wouldn't trust it because they just went for the feeling. The first, I'm like, hey, maybe you haven't seen the Millennium Falcon in a while. There you go, and playing the same music, and that's cool. I have no problem with that. But yeah, I have to now trust that you're gonna make new characters that, like you said, I'm gonna like, I'm gonna enjoy, and they just never have done that. It's just like they're just afraid. Maybe they're afraid of the fanfare backlash if it's not done right. But that's the other part of storytelling, right? Like if you've bought this franchise, that means you trust that it's gonna make money. And if you've got all these top tier Hollywood writers and directors and all this other stuff, then yeah, just let them rip a story out and just let it see what happens. You have to trust them on that.
But I think the biggest mismanagement that was done is that they didn't have a clear overall arcing vision. This is what episode 1 is going to be about. This is episode 2, or I'm sorry, what would it be now? It would be, this is what episode 7 is going to be about. This is what episode 8 is going to be about. And this is what episode 9 is going to be about. And we're going to hand these scripts over to the director and say, make this. Instead, they let each person put their own individual, no, I think the story needs to go right. No, it's going to go left. Now it's going to go backwards. Yeah, it's
like the red and blue fairy, right?
That's what, there's no telling. Like, it is possible that Poe and Rey and Finn could have turned out to be, but no one knew what to do with them. No one knew where to bring them. No one knew where Rey came from. And in the end, they ran back to a character in Palpatine and tried to make something out of that. So, I mean, that was the mismanagement of it. It wasn't that, and that's what I think if they were going to go ahead and say we're going to make a new trilogy, as long as they know what the next 3 episodes are going to be about, here's where we start, here's where we finish, I'm good with it.
Well, and it'd be nice if they had somebody to direct the vision that was consistent, because I think that was part of the problem with the trilogy too, is that they were constantly getting new directors and shifting philosophies, and each director has said in interviews that they didn't like the way that it was going, and so they took it in their own direction. And
just to kind of clarify something that Daddy had brought up, he brought up this Simon Kinberg. For those that haven't been keeping up, they just did a reworked 70-page treatment to help with that movie. And it's reported that the incoming leaders, Filoni and Brennan, are said to be strongly on board with this trilogy launch. That's something that seems like getting close to it'll happen, to Danny's point. And to go along with Danny was saying about the different directors and what Rachel was saying, Kennedy was quoted as saying that filmmaker Rian Johnson, who did Star Wars The Last Jedi, was spooked away from making more Star Wars films after the backlash that it got.
Yeah, and then Rian Johnson tweeted, "Zero spooked."
Zero spooked.
Yes. I was like,
no spooks here.
Like, something to that effect.
Yes.
Like, no, not at all.
No, I got paid. I'm not worried.
You're good, yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of the stuff that I saw that was in development, there was like supposed to be Dawn of the Jedi, which was going back like 25,000 years, and they're going to explain where the Force comes from. It's like, we don't need to know.
No.
We don't need to know. The most interesting thing in Star Wars isn't the Force. It's the people who use it. And that's what we need. I don't need a Lando origin film. Haven't we learned from Solo?
I still have not seen that. That was on
Solo, yeah.
I have not seen that. Yeah.
I watched it once.
I saw Solo. It was good. I saw it once.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Right.
I mean, good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I watched it solo times.
Solo time.
Yeah, same.
Time.
Just once.
I tuned in one time. There was like a train thing going on. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is like crazy. And there was like a Ben Solo script. Like, we're like, really?
Yes.
We're going to go back in time and look at Kylo Ren?
I'm good.
In between, like, didn't we get the explanation for why he turned bad? I think we're good.
I thought it was a good.
Like,
I don't need to see how he learned Force timing. I'm
right.
good. Am I? I mean, I always thought that Finn had the best potential that they just let go. Because you never hear from a stormtrooper. And you never hear what it's like to be on that side of the fence. And they just completely like flubbed that. And that was a character that I would make a fair argument to say that was an original character in a sense, but yeah,
I agree. He didn't come from like a Skywalker origin or anything like that.
But didn't do anything with them. Like I was rooting for something to happen. And then he chickened out. Like how you fire rifles all day as your job, and then when you don't want to do it, you just chickened out. Like this Star Wars not. I can't do it. Wars, like, come on, man.
Well, at first he was a coward trying to run away from his past, and then they have him in a love triangle kind of thing going on between him and Rey, but then there's also who's a girl that
pilot chick,
pilot.
Oh, Rose.
Rose,
she loved him,
and then by the third one, he's like, Rey, I've got something to tell you, and you're meant to think that he's maybe now Force sensitive or something. I don't know.
Yes.
They had no idea what direction to go in, just like they had no idea what direction to go in with Rey. Her parents were somebody. No, they're not. They were nobody.
Right.
Wait, she's a Palpatine. Like, they had no clue what to do with these characters.
Now kiss Ben.
And that's really what did this whole thing in. It's not like it couldn't have worked. It could have. I'm not going to say it was great material that they pulled, but they flubbed it.
Probably because they had multiple people work on those dang things. you know?
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah. And maybe the hesitation that I spoke about earlier matters because everything else will depend on on confidence for this in the future, for sure. So we'll see what happens with those movies, if anything pans out. But anyway, we're going to Act 2.
Oh, Act 2.
Ooh.
Act 2, and this is the response. Changing who's steering the ship. So let's start off with this. I'll say when a franchise doesn't know where it's going, the next move is almost always leadership, which is typical in business situations. Lucasfilm restructured. Kathleen Kennedy steps aside from day-to-day leadership. She'll still be producing, as you mentioned. But Dave Filoni is now elevated, not just as a creative voice, but as the creative anchor. So he's the head director now of Lucasfilm, taking over that job. Dave Filoni, of course, worked closely with George Lucas. He was responsible for a lot of the Clone Wars stuff, the Rebel. What's the Rebel one? Rebels. Star Wars Rebels. Yeah.
Rebels. Yeah, you got
just
it.
Rebels. Yeah.
All right, Hamburger. Rebel.
But the great cartoons and stuff. Did a great job of that. Really honored. I think he had a hand in Mandalorian. Maybe one episode of Mandalorian. So yeah, Dave Filoni, very well known in the Star Wars universe. So this gives me a little bit of confidence with that. But knowing all this is very important because Filoni represents something very specific. He represents connective tissue, lore, respect, familiarity, and above all, fan trust. Just like I mentioned. I mean, if I know Filoni's doing something with Star Wars thing, it's like, okay, I'm gonna feel somewhat connected to something I already know.
Okay,
that exists, which is this.
Right.
So just to kind of round this part up, this isn't Disney saying we're done with Star Wars. It's Disney saying we need to stabilize Star Wars. So by bringing in this connective tissue, by bringing in Filoni and having it at the realms, it's like I said, kind of like the Marvel store. They're trying to get it anchored back in because right now it's just a ship that's kind of, I don't know where I'm going.
Unstabilized.
Yeah. So here's a question just to kind of end this part of the act and begin our discussion. Is Disney quietly admitting mistakes without saying the word mistake?
Just the fact that they let Kathleen Kennedy step down, I think that's a mistake. Like, she shouldn't have stepped. This should have been the full-blown French Revolution guillotine treatment type of revolt. The fact that they let her contract run out, that they pretty much knelt, they knelt the clock out. What it kind of comes to me, I mean, they should have bashed in her crystal skull with a dial of destiny or something.
Oh my gosh.
Get rid of her. I mean, geez.
I guess she was at the head, the Indiana Jones stuff too, right? She was responsible for the Indiana Jones stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I made that reference.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that piece.
No, they're not admitting the mistake, but I mean, the fact that the news of Disneyland switching directions happened on pretty much right around the exact time frame where I think it was the same day, if not the next day, where it was announced that she was stepping down. I think it's pretty much them saying, okay, she was bought into this trilogy. This was her legacy. This is what we were always going to do. And so in order to move on, we had to move on without her. But again, I don't understand why you wouldn't have just gone ahead and fired her and admitted to that mistake and say, yeah, the direction of Star Wars has been going bad for a while now. Because, again, how much damage has the franchise taken on at this point in time? I mean, when the most promising thing that you have gone right now is a Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which I'm sure it'll do money. But I don't know anybody who's chomping at the bit to go see that.
No.
Rachel, you and your family?
No.
Exactly.
I don't know if we'll go see it.
Yeah, but that been Mandalorian Baby Yoda. That took off right there.
I mean, I said it when we were watching and everyone was like fawning over Baby Yoda. I was like, this has a shelf life. This is not going to go long. This Baby Yoda will be Steve Urkel in no time. I mean, that's how fads go.
Yes, that's catchy.
But I don't know. The part about Dave Filoni excites me. I like knowing that there's a fan in charge, but at the same time, I don't know that he's the right guy. I hope so. And I guess we'll find out. At least there's no harm, I guess, in giving him a shot at it. You can't get any lower.
Right. No, you always can go lower.
I hope he's just not stuck in the same.
Thank you.
Like
the past.
Yeah, right. So that Star Wars has been so, like you said, stuck in the past and like taking all their content from the past. And like Dave Filoni did something new with the Rebels, even though it was like tied to the past story, obviously. Rebels and Clone Wars had a lot of new characters, new faces, new storylines. I just hope he isn't stuck in that, stuck in the universe that he built.
I agree.
I could see that. Yeah.
That is my major, what Rachel just nailed, my major concern with him. I don't want any more fan service. by revisiting time period to try and sucker us into some level of nostalgia for the original trilogy that may make us have an original vision. Don't tie it into the past.
Right.
They're still saying Ahsoka season 2 is coming out, and boy, I couldn't care about that any.
Thank you.
Ahsoka season 2. I totally forgot about that.
Ahsoka 1 was terrible.
It really was, and that's what sucks. Like, because I'm, I hear people, especially Rachel, say, Andor's great. And I'm still,
oh my gosh, Andor's the best.
Trying to work up the.
You've been hurt. You've been hurt. I know.
Like, I've been through so much Mandalorian where 80% of the episodes were filler and 20% were okay. This moves something forward. Been through Andor. Been through Ahsoka. Been through the Book of Boba Fett or whatever. Whatever that was. That was awful.
Yeah.
What was the other one? I'm blanking on one.
Oh
man, what was Kenobi? The Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, that's right.
I kind of liked that one, actually.
I never saw it. I don't think I ever saw it.
Yeah, that was like The Fugitive, pretty much. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
you never saw Andor, though, right?
No, I have not, because again, it's just hard to work myself up for.
I get that.
Giving this stuff another chance, and it's like,
man, it was so good, though. I wish more people have seen it.
And it's hard to kind of also invest in a character that ultimately dies.
Yeah,
There is that.
But it's 2 lovely seasons. No, wait, is it 3? No, I'm not sure. I think it was.
I thought it was
3.
2.
Now I gotta look it
I
up.
thought we just got the second one.
Oh wow!
I totally forgot about Kenobi.
I would say this. I'm kind of with you as far as like someone that
just 2.
respects the canon and wants to try if they want to explore something different. I might suggest maybe doing it the Marvel Phase 1 way, where you just say, here are new characters, but you just focus on that character, give them their own story to tell, and then you can gauge if the fans are liking them. Because in these newer ones, like we've already said, they crammed all these new people in, put them in this big, grandiose, galactic thing. And it was like, well, wait a second. There's too much happening, and we don't even know these people. It would be like some random people knocked on your door and just showed up, started cleaning up your house and wrecking your house at the same time. Like, hey, I didn't even invite you, So I would think, I would say have him start that off slowly. And then if there's projects that other directors or whatever want to take, give it to them. Now, as far as the Kathleen Kennedy, if that's a mistake or not, I think they were hiding it. They paid her a lot of money. She had her time. She failed it. Put her on right there on the internet and say, hey, yeah, she messed it up. She got paid though. She tried. We're gonna start all over again.
Sounds like the NFL,
right? They just fire coaches all the time. The coach can have a winning season and then he's out. He still get paid. Your contract doesn't end. I mean,
to that point, what headline would have excited you more? Kathleen Kennedy steps down or Bob Iger steps down?
Both. Right?
I would have liked to have seen Bob Iger step down.
Right. No, that's fair.
I feel like, you mentioned Marvel. I feel like Marvel's in the same place. What are they doing right now? What is anyone excited about with Marvel?
Well, that's why I said
reversing
Phase 1.
course quickly is what it sounds like with Doomsday, and bringing back Tony Stark, bringing back Chris Evans as Captain America, and being like, we just thought that. I guess in TV, you just when the main character steps down of a series, you just put in a new main character and everything works. Except it never does.
It never works.
Rarely, if ever, can you just replace the main character with another character and the series continues on as good as it's ever been.
And that's why I said Phase 1, like Phase 1 of the MCU universe, not what they've made now, but just introducing us to new people. That's what I'm going with. But yeah.
So Kevin, did you give your thoughts?
No, I hadn't given my thoughts yet, but here they are. I think it's a very business way to say, hey, you made a mistake. We're not going to say it was a mistake, but you have the option to step down so we don't have to fire you.
Yeah.
It's that whole the business world cover up kind of things, like, to let people save face. And this is how we're going to work it. You can still do your little producing. You can still finish out with Mandalorian and Grogu, whatever. And what's the other one? Star Wars Starfighter, I think, or something like that.
Starfighter, yeah.
Yeah.
Starlight.
Thank you. I do Star something. Star Wars.
Starlight. That's actually a movie.
It's a parade.
It was a fireworks show at Hollywood.
Yeah. That is not inspiring. Wait, Starlight.
Wait, is it Starlight or is it Starfighter?
I thought it was Starfighter. Is that
it is Starfighter. Yeah.
Starlight.
They named their series after a Madonna song.
Yeah. Starlight. There go your money, right?
It's got Ryan Gosling. That's what I know.
Gosling got it all messed up, man.
Oh, the Project Hail
You're
Mary.
right. It is Starfighter.
Gosling brings the light to my Star Wars.
I thought it was because I thought the last Starfighter when I saw the articles.
Yeah.
Starlight would be funny though, because it's like, light. Like light in calories, light in content. Even Star Wars
Light actors.
All right, I'm keeping that in. That's funny. Starlight.
50% less Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
They fly in half a ship,
Cut out all
We
the
put
fat.
Ryan Gosling in. He's cute, right?
All the
We're just gonna
satisfaction.
do Starlight this time.
He make a good Luke Skywalker, actually. I mean, if they need to.
Oh, please no. Please
Well, no?
no.
You don't think
Please
so?
no.
All
I don't know. I don't want to go back to Luke. Enough with Luke.
All right, well, I was feeling the Starlight thing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's the thing with Filoni. Part of the thing I was going to say is that Filoni, he knows where he's starting from and where he needs to get to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in this particular role, has an idea of where he can start from, but has no way. He doesn't have an endpoint to reach for. So this will be a true test to see how his experience. Because you can build upon history and your knowledge, and that's how we acquire things and learn skin and hone our skills. But this is where you do it. Now that you're in charge, you're going to take this franchise, hopefully stabilize it, as we've been mentioning, and then take it in a direction, to Danny's point, that we've never been to before, and hopefully not rely on things from the past, archetypes and stuff, to make it happen. Be daring, go for it, but at least have some vision of where you want it to end, even though it's not something that's already been spelled out for you.
Yeah,
Does that
good
make
luck.
sense?
Yeah, that's the hope.
And
That's the hope.
I want to be clear when I said enough with Luke. I don't mean enough with Luke like Mark Hamill Luke. I mean, I don't want to see a prequel with Luke or a reimagining of Luke or anything like that. I think the one thing, and to Rachel had brought it up before, MCU is adrift and they screwed up, and yes, they have. But the one thing they were smart enough not to do was to, put themselves in a spot where they could not bring back these characters. Where they couldn't bring back Captain America. They couldn't bring back Thor. They couldn't bring back the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I don't know how you bring back Luke, Han. You can't bring back Leia. I mean, maybe you can have her in for like a cameo here or there, or AI at CGI, whatever you need to do to put her in there for a brief moment here or there. But you cannot base a new series of films on her. I mean, just for that alone, she should have been fired. Just for robbing us, like if I was in charge of the new Star Wars series, my directive to whoever was writing it is I want to see Han, Luke, Leia on a mission one more time again. One more time again, I need to see them on screen together. Chewie should be there. R2-D2, they should be there one more time. Just one more time. You want that feeling of seeing them all together on screen. Even when you see the Avengers, there's that one moment where the camera does a 360 and you watch all of them together. And that, you saw it again in Age of Ultron. They did the exact same thing. They're like, look, they're all here on screen at the same time.
Yes.
This is your money shot.
That's it. Yes. That's the part
Get
that
out
gives
that
you that
special
chill.
sock, man.
Yes. Yes. Get that. Yes.
I wish they would do. We'll see where they're gonna head, but I would like to see them do like a heavy lean in on the Empire. Like, I was kind of excited about that idea of a Thrawn series or a Thrawn movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Actually,
But like, it doesn't even have to be Thrawn. Like, make it something different, but just like a real deep dive into the Empire. What's that like? Make it dark. Make it a kind of a villain series.
Yeah, like a mob, like almost like a mob style thing where there's different factions in there and they're trying to vie for
that's
total power.
It's part of what they
Cut
did
through.
with Andor. They showed like, what does it take to be somebody who's like a peon in the Empire to try to like work up into the
one of the gray suits.
inner circle, you know?
The gray outfits.
Yeah.
They did it a little bit. It wasn't the focus of the show, but it'd be cool if we had like an Empire deep dive.
You got to be
Focus of the
British
show.
though to answer that question.
Yeah, I would be cool with that in the sense of it's a new perspective, but isn't that what the whole idea behind Finn was?
Well, that was the hope. I would give you that.
The whole idea of like, yeah, he's part of the Empire, and now he's broken from it, and he's got a different perspective, and now they never delivered off of the
I was gonna say he was not badass at all.
Right.
But Danny, he left the First Order, not the Empire.
But it's like, it was like he should have been like a for lack of a better word, he should have been like a Rambo type. He was a guy that was
Finn?
used to war. Yeah, he was a guy that was used to war, but he was out of war. But if you put him in a spot where he had to do war, he could effectively do it. This guy did not achieve in that.
I would have been happier, like, at the end of the day, would we have been happier with the trilogy that we got with Rey, Poe, and Finn, or if they would have said, hey, you know what? I know these guys are all older now, but let's just mine the extended series stuff and the books and everything like that with Thrawn, and let's bring that on the screen. Let's try and do that in a 3-act story. What would y'all think about that?
I would have taken that.
I would have taken that.
Rachel?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know enough about the extended stories.
I don't either.
Well, at one point they were retconned for sure. They were taken
They
out of
keep
canon,
popping
yeah.
up. I mean, Thrawn pops
They
up.
do.
But,
Yeah.
The dark saber, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It keeps popping up in the series. So why not? It seems like that's the direction that they really wanted to go in. They wanted those films after Return of the Jedi and moving forward in that direction, as opposed to, what they did, which is, hey, let's kill off all the original characters and by virtue make these characters greater.
Yeah,
didn't work.
And I was going to say that, and that's a very strong point you made. That didn't work because they killed him so effectively in the movie. It wasn't like Star Trek, where they give him a nice sign off and then shoot him off in the coffin in space and then find him laying and figure out a way to resurrect him. Like, no, these people just meditated and disappeared or fell off somewhere, burned to death, died. Like, I mean, these were horrible deaths that these characters had, and some didn't really deserve that. So you cannot really resurrect them to do it. So good luck.
It's writing laziness. Like, I love Sylvester Stallone in the Rocky movies, but if you go back and look at those Rocky movies,
oh gosh,
every single one of them was based upon, how do we make you care about Rocky again? Oh, Mick died. Okay, next one. Oh, Apollo died. Oh, next one. Oh, Adrian died. Oh, now Paulie died. Like, you kill off characters that people love to make you feel sad for the people. But when you have no character to feel sorry for, because that's when things go awry. When you've got Leia hugging Rey, but Chewie walks right by and no affection whatsoever after Han Solo died.
Word. No
show of love from Leia whatsoever towards Chewie. No, Rey was the one who was really hurting in that moment. That's when you've lost the plot.
You feel that disconnect.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
All right. So what's act number 3? I think we've beaten up act number 2.
So anyway, here's act number 2. This is where everything stops being theoretical, because when Star Wars leadership shifts, the future is uncertain and the parks can't afford to be frozen in time. So we move on to act 3, the consequence of all this. Galaxy's Edge breaks canon.
Yeah.
When Galaxy's Edge opened, Disney sold us something radical. Not just a Star Wars land, but a moment in Star Wars. One planet, one timeline, one era locked between episodes 8 and 9. There's no Vader, no Luke, no Leia. And now that rule's gone. Apparently. According to this blog, Mickey article, and all over the place, everybody's covering this. Galaxy's Edge is officially abandoning a strict timeline. Characters from multiple eras are coming in. The walls are coming down. Galaxy's Edge didn't change because fans complained. Galaxy's Edge changed because Star Wars changed. Ooh, that's what's going down. We'll get into some of these details, but just to kind of kick off our discussion about this, is this Disney admitting Galaxy's Edge never fully clicked?
I have a quick clarifying question.
Sure.
Yeah.
My understanding, at least, is that this is just in Disneyland. Is that true?
That's what the reports are saying.
Okay.
Now, I don't know why they would do it just there and not in Walt Disney World at some point. I got to think they'll start with one park to make sure they can get it to work before they transition to the other park.
It could
But
be.
I can't see the other one being stuck in Batuu, right?
Yeah, I also could see it's possible that because Disneyland is a locals park and perhaps people aren't like they need something to draw locals in there.
Mhm.
You know,
that's a good point.
And so in Walt Disney World, they don't need that as much because a lot of
Right.
people who are coming for the first time. And so they want to go see it anyway. And so, but for maybe Disneyland, their numbers are struggling or not numbers. Like the park is busy, no worries. But
Right,
maybe the people back there maybe they're not getting the traffic back there that they want is what I'm trying to say.
I heard that, and this was according to Tom Corliss, that it had something to do with money. Like Walt Disney World wasn't willing to spend the money. Now, is that true?
Maybe.
I kind of doubt it. I mean, paying for character actors is really that big of an expense. I mean, didn't didn't they just have a whole Star Wars launch bay where they were paying for character actors? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like they're looking to hire perfect body doubles here. I mean, have you seen their Luke's and Leia's? It's not like they've done this in the past. It's not like this is the first time that they've done this. It's just it's an edict going forward. Hey, they're going to be there from now on. But they did have specialized moments, I suppose you would say, where they actually showed up. So, I mean, they really did not look into, he doesn't quite look like Mark. No, they put pretty much anyone in that wig and said, let's go with it. So I would doubt that it has anything to do with money. I think it more has to do with what Rachel said. I think it's more likely that Hollywood studios, look, there's not really much going on over there. I mean, there's Slinky Dog Dash, there's Tower of Terror, which we've all written a million times. There's Runaway Railway, and there's Rise of the Resistance, and that's about it. And so people go to Hollywood studios, and they tend to hang around in Galaxy's Edge a bit. It's not like that park is hurting. Whereas at Disneyland, Galaxy's Edge is competing with every ride in Disneyland, like Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean and whatever the hell else. So I mean, I think it has more to do with what Rachel said than money or anything else. I mean, that seems to be my understanding. And I think that at some point in time, it is going to come to Hollywood studios. They're probably just saying, well, let's see what happens. I don't know about y'all. I mean, and I people are excited about this. I don't know about y'all, but I don't care about a bunch of teenagers or 20-somethings posing as Luke, Leia, and Han. It's not going to make me
like a Halloween costume.
Yeah, it's not going to make me book a trip anywhere. But and to Rachel's point, in Disneyland, it might just be that little extra something.
The question to go along with that: do y'all think immersion is overrated if guests just want iconic characters?
Well,
I don't.
No,
immersion can't be overrated if you're paying a lot of money to go on a vacation where you want to be immersed in imagination.
I think that I've already used it once to make a comparison, but I'll do it again. Like, I think that the Harry Potter lands in Universal are a great example of your question. They don't have characters there. They don't put the main characters or any really characters in that you get to meet, that have names or are a part of the story. It's just all immersion. Mm-hmm. And it's much more successful, in my opinion. So I think immersion is really much more important than having characters.
Yeah, to your point, the main characters are just in the rides. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Just the rides.
You might see like a Death Eater show or something like something happens.
Yeah, but it's never a named. It's not a named character.
It's not like, oh, you're meeting this new wizard that we've just cooked up for this one land. Like
Mr. Wizard.
Bye, V. Marati. Like whatever. I cannot say that enough.
Chuck. Later, Maserati. So do you think then to help the immersion, maybe then for Disneyland may have to make like some big like Death Star looking thing or something like that, as opposed to having these characters in there? You think that?
Well, hold up. Start off with, again, that's one thing. Okay, so when Rachel's talking about, they don't really have characters around. I don't think you can get away with that at Galaxy's Edge. You do need droids and aliens roaming around another world.
Droids and aliens. That would solve it.
And that was supposed to have happened. Remember all the interactive stuff that we were supposed to get?
When we first heard about this.
Yes. You were supposed to it was supposed to have made you feel like you were in another world.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing wrong with being able to say, okay, this portion of the world will be original trilogy. This portion of the world will be new trilogy. This portion of the world. They could have done that if they wanted to, but I had no problem. I know some people do. I had no problem with them saying, hey, more Star Wars stories are in our future than in our past. So rather than concentrating on the original trilogy, we're going to move forward. Now, I didn't know you were going to kill off all the main characters.
There is that. Yes.
Knowing that, then there's no reason why we can't have older Luke walking around there. Why can't we have older Luke walking around?
You need holographic Luke.
Why does it have to be, Luke in the black suit from Return of the Jedi, or Leia in the buns, or anything like that? Why couldn't it have been Luke from Force Awakens, or Leia from Force Awakens?
You could dress up anybody like that.
Yeah. You got the blue milk over there. May as well make it official. Yeah.
He should be selling it.
Yeah. He should be selling it.
Luke, what do you recommend?
I think the part of the land that is the most successful is Rise of the Resistance.
Yes.
And that is where they did immersion.
Yes.
That's where they leaned into immersion. And so I wish that they had just done that throughout.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a better experience.
Okay,
that's fair.
so this is what I want to talk about more than anything else. This is like the one thing that had me intrigued because I've heard other people talking about it. Do y'all think that they're going to reskin Rise of the Resistance to the new trilogy? If let's say this whole thing is successful and people are now showing up in droves in Disneyland to go see these 20-something actors portraying the original trilogy characters, and they finally say, you know what? Yeah, we didn't get it right. And it's true. They did not get it right. Do y'all really see them reskinning Rise of the Resistance to the original trilogy?
I don't.
I feel like it would bum me out a little
It
bit.
would bum me out.
I
Yeah.
like that story.
I would not touch that. I can fully admit that the new trilogy sucked ass, but sometimes the ride works even if the movie didn't. And the Rise of the Resistance ride, that proves it more than anything else. I have no problem with that ride. No one has ever ridden that ride and been like, it's pretty good, but if only Han and Leia and no, that ride is
Yeah, it
really
works.
well
Yeah.
done. It works well. I don't want to see them touch that, especially after seeing what they did with Splash Mountain. I don't trust them with overlays and reskins at all. I don't care if I like the characters in the original trilogy better. I don't want them going near Rise of the Resistance.
You leave my Kylo alone. Yeah.
Those movies still exist. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be in Disney Plus. People watch them, and they have their fans.
Yeah. It has a look, and it's still a cool ride, and that's even the cast members in there were fun to interact with. I mean, whether it's getting insulted before you started or when the ride is over, someone's like, "Thanks for helping." I mean, yeah, I had fun with that.
They don't even do that anymore, though. It's
Man,
kind of sad. Like the Empire doesn't
they had that?
insult you anymore.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh, that's no fun.
I want a piece of that dude from the last time I went. Oh my goodness.
good.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, in my last couple of appearances at
Okay.
Rise of Resistance, I don't remember the Empire being jerks to you. Like, hey, line up over there, Rebel Scum. Like, they really didn't go into character like they had previously.
I hope no
I've had it
oversensitive
happen
fans.
somewhat
from town.
recently. I think
Somewhat?
it depends
Okay.
on who you get.
Good.
Well,
I
then
did.
that's good.
Have
I
I
think
told
so.
you guys about the bathroom story?
The bathroom story.
Oh,
No.
So we got off of the transport into the big room with the stormtroopers, and I thought it would be funny to go up to the Empire, cast member that was there and ask them if their ship had a restroom, because I thought that would just be silly.
that
They
is
would
funny.
I thought they would yell at me to get back in line or whatever.
Mhm.
And the guy, and he was doing a really good job. He was totally in character, like you were just saying. And the guy totally breaks character. He's like, "Oh yes, it's right over there to the left. It's a staff bathroom suit." I was like, "Oh, I was just kidding."
You
Yes, I
rebel
was.
scum!
I didn't have to go. I just thought
Back
it would
in
be
line.
funny. I thought I was teeing up an opportunity for them to tell me to go away. Anyway, so they really do have a bathroom there.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, 'cause
Well,
sometimes you
probably
might-
because he didn't want to clean up after your kid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shoot.
Well, it was just me and Elizabeth when I went. It was just two adults, but
That's funny.
Yeah.
anyway, there is a bathroom there.
good to know.
And if you ask, they'll let you use it in that room. It's right in that room.
Oh, that's
Okay.
actually
So
good to know.
If anybody in the Empire being a jerk to you, just has to use the bathroom and they have to be
bring
nice.
character. Okay.
Yeah, he was totally. And then I felt like such a jerk. I was like, "Oh, I thought we'd have a funny thing here. I don't really have to go."
That is
Sorry.
funny.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
awesome. Was he
And
gonna?
he didn't yell at you or nothing afterwards. He was like,
No, but I also ran towards the rest of the line queue pretty quick. I was embarrassed. I was like, "Bye."
That's
That's cute.
awesome. I'm picturing him in a British accent, and then he breaks to say that line.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was completely normal person. Oh, sure, it's over there. It's oh no.
It's like that two-faced cop from the Lego movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what do you?
when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Go over and use that one. Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. That's
Yeah,
too funny.
Yeah, I don't want him touching it. I just don't want him touching Rise of Resistance. It's a great ride. I don't think that would add a single. Look, don't get me wrong. Whenever anything new opens up, even if it's a reskin, people are going to show up in droves, and all the influencers are going to get the videos, and they're going to want to be the ones to ride it first. But
Yeah.
I don't believe that after the first 6 or 7 months, it's. I don't think it's going to make a bit of a difference. I mean,
No.
that ride is perfect. leave it the hell alone. Don't touch it.
Well, I was going to say on top of that, they made that investment in that ride based on the property that they made. So stick to your guns on that one, at least for the park.
Well,
aspect.
that was going to be my point. It's like 7, 8, 9 is still going to exist regardless of what happens.
Right.
So that's, if they wanted to represent those stories, that's a great ride to do it with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then you could always open a new ride I mean,
Yes, you could always open new
Smuggler's Run, and if anything, that lends itself easily to, hey, okay, if we want to include the original trilogy, we can do it here.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you definitely could.
And in fact, that may be kind of where they were going, because if you remember, like when we heard that they were redoing it, there's like, oh, you're going to go to Cloud City, you're going to go to Tatooine, you're going to go to the remains of the Death Star, but not after it crashed on the planet when Rey used that dagger that coincidentally just lined up perfectly. All that happy horse. No, we're going to get rid of all that. Like, it's like you're going to be able to visit the debris of the Death Star in space.
Yeah.
You could buy a little souvenir of Death Star dust. Like moon rocks. Like, here's Death Star rocks.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I would rather see them do that with but again, how do you explain? This is my problem when you have original characters existing in a land built for the new characters, which is, how do you explain why? What's his name? What's that? Hondo
Tanaka.
Hanaka. How do you explain how he's pimping out the Millennium Falcon?
Okay.
And Han Solo's right up the street, and Han has nothing to do with the Falcon anymore. And Chewie's working with him still. Like, I mean, unless they're Xing Chewie from the story, which they might be able to do, I'm sure. But I mean, Hondo Hanaka, I mean, that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I like the thought of reskinning that one for Smuggler's Run, but it would almost be like saying, here's the history of Millennium Falcon missions, which would be awesome because that's an abstract thing, not a character in a sense, right?
Yeah.
So you can make more believability towards that. That would probably help it a lot more.
But it becomes a land with a bunch of mini lands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have explored it a lot more to everyone's point, especially if they're going to double down on saying, hey, we bought this property. This is a land you guys should check out. And it's like I was saying with Harry Potter, I mean, that place is just ginormous. And I've never read any Harry Potter book, but I remember when I've gone to the rides and stuff, I'm like, what is that? Who is that? Like,
but
you're in there.
Every place that they built in Harry Potter was a place that you wanted to visit from the books. Oh, there's Hogsmeade. Oh, there's Diagon Alley. Oh, there's Platform 9 3/4. Oh, there's the castle. Like, there is nothing in Galaxy's Edge that you're like, you know where I would really like to eat at is a docking bay. That's my dream Star Wars experience. I want to have lunch, not dinner, counter service. I want to have counter service where they're loading cargo.
With a side of blue milk, please.
Right.
Yes.
That's like saying I want to go to the airport and visit, the luggage.
The luggage area.
Yeah. Like, who says that?
I need a burrito and baggage claim, please.
A burrito and baggage claim.
Yes. No, I'm with you. Yeah, it's very off. It's extremely off.
No, it is. And so, I don't know. I mean, is it going to hurt things? Am I going to be mad if original trilogy characters in the original trilogy look are existing in the same land as Poe and Rey and Finn and all that? I mean, I'm not going to be up in arms at this point in time. It's kind of all hands on deck. Let's polish this turd.
Yeah.
It's really what we're up to.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah. I would take a picture with Darth Vader if I was in the park already based on something else. I mean, you got to take a photo out with Darth Vader. But
it's fun. He's scary.
That's
tall.
Yeah, that's about it.
He's very tall.
Yeah.
I saw Darth Vader with Mardi Gras beads at Comic-Con in New Orleans.
Oh, boy. Yeah, go to Comic-Con. Yeah. I saw Darth Vader dancing on the side of the road.
Yeah, there's that too.
I saw him at a Saints game once.
Yeah.
They need to bring back that Jedi Training Academy. That thing was
that was cool.
Best.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the kids loved that.
It was so
man.
cool.
Yeah.
And they could have charged for that. Like, they didn't charge it for it, but they could have. That could have been an upsell thing for sure. People would have paid a bunch of money for that. It was a blast. My daughter loved it.
I guess when they opened the hotel, they were like, well, why would we give that away? Like, this is exclusive to the hotel. And
but to her point, like, there's a lot of stuff you see on social media, like these Star Wars fans, they do all these crazy lightsaber fights in like random places. Like, I saw it when there were two people just doing a whole theatrical act in a mall. So, man, maybe you have like a night lightsaber, battle in there, something like that. Bring some more people in there. That might be a fun way to do it.
Well, not just that. Look at YouTube. Look at the amount of original Star Wars content that's being created right now on YouTube. People like, oh, I'm going to cover the series. Like, this is, Darth Vader finding out that Luke was his kid. This is, Anakin Skywalker realizing why Padme died, or like all these things that people are creating now with AI all over YouTube that are just so much fun to look at because fans have really kind of taken the ball and ran with it where Disney fumbled it. And so, man, good for them. Good for those people who are doing that because they're providing a service. And that stuff is really well done.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Really, really, really well done. Like, you look at that and you're like, wow.
Just the saber fights alone in those things.
Yes.
Amazing.
They know what reverence is to a product.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a great way to say it. Yeah. All right. So kind of just to reframe this whole particular section, Act 3, because as I mentioned, if Star Wars doesn't know its future, the parks can't be anchored to it. And a single timeline land only works if the franchise itself is stable, which we know, as we discussed, is not. So let's wrap this up. So zooming out, this wasn't 3 unrelated stories, as I said. Star Wars films lost direction, Lucasfilm changed leadership, and Galaxy's Edge stopped pretending the future was fixed. This isn't Disney giving up on immersion. Sounds like it's Disney choosing flexibility over purity. Just kind of last question on this. Was this inevitable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not even a question.
It is inevitable.
Inevitable. I am Thanos.
They needed to retheme something. I mean, whether it was going to be to go into the original trilogy, and I still think, like I said, they're biding their time until they come up with their new trilogy. Because that's, again, what they had in mind before is 100% correct. There should be better Star Wars stories in our future than in our past. I mean, not for nothing, you can't do a story with Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford anymore. They're too damn old. You would have to have CGI representations of them.
And a lot of stunt actors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's not like you could do, okay, Marvel, let's go back to Chris Evans because Chris Evans still looks like Chris Evans.
Right.
Harrison Ford stopped looking like Han Solo a long time ago.
Yeah.
Back when he was Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones too.
Yeah. I never understood why Harrison Ford hated Han Solo. He's like, there wasn't much depth of range in that character. Like, really?
Probably he had to shed the spotlight with other actors. That's
Indiana Jones was such a really deep character. It belongs in a museum. Like,
you belong in a museum.
Yeah.
Dude, really?
He was a star, that son of a gun. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, Han Solo was a great character.
Oh, I'm not saying he's not.
I'm just saying, I think between, which character would you rather? Indiana Jones or Han Solo?
Han Solo.
Han Solo and me too. Rachel?
I have never seen an Indiana Jones movie.
Ever?
Whoa.
Really?
Never.
And so many people just canceled their bookings. Jeez.
I'm just being honest.
I feel old just hearing that.
Wow.
Now. I feel old just hearing that.
Damn.
So you had no idea what the whole boulder thing in that show is about.
I mean, I have seen like enough
that scene.
of the to like have seen. But yeah, no, I'm just looking it up. Raiders of the Lost Ark came out in 1981. I wasn't born until 1986.
Oh, I knew it was going to make me feel
When
old.
was Temple of Doom released? Out of curiosity.
Like 86?
Right when she was born?
Something like that?
She's the same age as Temple.
84.
84. Oh, okay.
So I was not alive when both of those movies came out.
God bless you, Rachel.
You saw Star Wars: A New Hope. You saw Empire Strikes Back. You saw Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
they were all
I did.
made
Well,
before.
my parents are big Star Wars fans.
Good.
And Star
good for
Trek.
them.
We
Good
did a
for
lot
them.
of sci-fi in my family. So yeah, I had seen all those at home, and then I watched them when they were re-released, and then they were re-released again, and all of that. Yeah.
Oh,
That-
wow.
That sounds like a vote for Han Solo, Kevin.
Yeah.
What was the choice between Indiana Jones or Han Solo?
Yeah, which character had more depth?
Well, had more depth. That's a question. Yeah, no, probably Han Solo for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Come on.
I love Indiana Jones,
gonna
but
say.
yeah,
That was big for you to say. I know you love Indy.
I do.
know
I
you
mean, he's
do.
an action character.
And I will say this, and this is something that I really do feel. If you watch The Force Awakens, I hate that they killed Han Solo. But of all the characters that they did justice to, whether it was, Princess Leia in the first and second movie, Luke in the second movie more than anything, I felt like when I watched Harrison Ford on screen, I'm like, that's Han Solo. Like, I never felt like I missed like when he showed up again, that was Han Solo. When it was like, that's not how the Force works. Like, he was great. And I did feel like I saw Han Solo on screen one more time. I don't feel like I've seen Luke on screen one more time.
Well, he drinking milk and thing. Yeah, I'm a Luke guy, but yeah, I felt
I was always a Han Solo guy.
Yeah,
but being fair, I never felt that I saw Luke on screen again. I felt like I saw a guy that was Clint Eastwood. Get off my lawn.
Crazy old man. Yes.
That was not Luke Skywalker. Carrie Fisher, oh man, you could tell she was. I still to this day, I don't understand their choice on that.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to Princess Leia. I was so looking forward to meeting her because she was supposed to come here, Comic-Con.
Oh, right.
And I was going to take Lily to meet her, and she passed away on that flight with cocaine in the system because, she had a lifelong drug problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one you bank of the 3 original characters, that's the one you banked your franchise on.
Oh.
Yeah, it was depressing. It really
that was very tough. When all 3 of those movies came out, I ain't gonna lie. When it was time for Luke to go, I'm like, please, Luke, don't die. Like, don't. I ain't got no more hope left. Don't die. They just let him just disappear like that. Like,
not only that, like all 3 of them. Again, Han Solo got the best death. All the other ones, and not only that. I mean, it's like all 3 of them had like the beginnings. That was really the problem there. It's like every single one of them were just like a bunch of losers that you were just begging to be put out of their misery. Failures at parenthood, failures at marriage, failures at mentorship. They were all failures living in exile from one another because they were that bad of people. This is what you brought our heroes back for, to show us what people they were.
And they never got redeemed. They never
did. You're right. Yeah.
You suppose that redemption.
They got redeemed by their death.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
That don't work for me.
Bye, Kathleen. Bob, you're next. You're next, Bob.
Bye, Felicia. That's right. All right. And to close, I'll have this final line. So we're just going to wrap up all these stories that we've been talking about. I'll say this. The real question isn't whether Galaxy's Edge broke canon. The question is whether the canon broke first.
Well put, sir.
And the parks are just the first place Disney stopped pretending otherwise.
I hear that.
There you go.
That's poetic, Kevin.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
I appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Returning to canon.
Yes. So, hey, so listeners out there, let us know. Would you rather experience one perfect Star Wars moment, kind of like we have with Batu, or all of Star Wars all at once? Get in touch with us to share your answers and opinions about anything we've discussed. We're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. Well, y'all, we hope you enjoyed our discussion about the latest news regarding the Star Wars franchise, from the movies to the parks and everything in between. If you want to learn more about the Magic Our Way podcast, make sure you follow us on any social media platform. Also, if you do want to get in touch with us or share your opinions, you could do so through the following ways. Shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, or call or send us a text message. Yes, I did say text us at 1-815-MOWEEKEN. That is 1-815-MOWEEKEN.
Wookie.
That was Wookie for 669-4226.
Yes.
Thank you. Anyway, we got a couple people outside the galaxy. In addition to this podcast, Eli, what you got, man?
Yes, sir. As always, appreciate the support. You go to the Ivory Comics website, see everything I have. We're talking books, blogs, and interviews. Of course, a link to the Magic Our Way podcast, so you never miss a beat, never miss an episode, you never miss what characters are supposed to be when, where, and why. So I always appreciate the support. Visit the Ivory Comics website. On social media, Facebook.com, you can find me there, Eli H. Ivory. As long as you're a real person, it's a pleasure to meet you. If you're a bot, just do not need to agree. Just take a lightsaber, just split yourself in half. Please, thank you. Also on Facebook, there is a Project Geisha fan page, so appreciate the love right there. Also on Instagram, seeing what you guys and girls have, posted up the hearts and likes. eIvory504 is where you can find me there. And of course, on X, I can be found at Hancock10166. So yes, if you appreciate the madness, then you just bringing me the gladness. And the quote, Luke Skywalker from 2 Live Crew, hey, and Bo, hey. Yeah.
Better than pop that.
I was not going to use that.
I'm sorry, but I mean, Luke Skywalker from 2 Live Crew?
Remember that?
Yes, I did.
Well, there you go.
Do I remember? I just quoted him.
I was checking.
Please bleep that.
Yes. And of course, if you want to fly out to Disneyland to experience their version of Batu before it goes through these changes, or maybe if you want to go out there to see all these characters, Rachel can help you do this. What you got?
Yes, I would love to help you book a trip to Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Cruise Line for the Hyperspace Lounge on the Wish. There's all kinds of ways to explore your Star Wars fandom, and I can help you book at no extra cost to you. I could also help you book if you're interested in maybe Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, some of those other properties with Universal on either coast, or Royal Caribbean, Virgin Voyages, major hotel brands around the world. So if you're traveling this year, I can help you get there. Like I said, the best part is that it's at no extra cost to you, and I can help as much or as little as you like. The best way to find me is through email, Rachel, RACHEL @magicourway.com. You can also call me. I have a phone number. That number is 978-432-WISH, WISH. You can text me there or leave a voicemail as well. And I am on social media on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can find me at Our Family Magic. That's the letter R and the words Family Magic all smooshed together.
Smooshed.
Smoosh. This is actually the busiest time of year for travel. So if you are talking about trips for the year, planning your summer, planning anything, school breaks, please reach out, and I would love to help you. So, and the best part, I guess I haven't said, well, I said it was no extra cost, but the actual best part is at no extra cost to you, a little piece of the value of your vacation comes back to support this podcast and this fan community, and it costs you nothing extra. And so we just appreciate it. And I'm so honored to help your group. So please reach out.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you book bachelor parties? Because I think I might have some business
could.
for you.
Like destination bachelor parties?
Destination bachelor parties.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, like totally PG. Like the guy is just, he's in love with his girl. In fact, I think the bachelorette's going to be that. Like, I think they were talking about going to the Riviera.
That's a friend right there.
Yes, he is. And he's like, I have no idea how to book that. And I'm like, I might have the answer.
Look at him.
I know some people.
I know some people. You
I
can
said-
trust
I mean,
what I got.
I booked my husband and his 4 buddies in that tiny room in the Star Wars hotel. So I feel like that kind of was a bachelor party, even though nobody was getting married.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to share his number with.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice.
All right.
In addition, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast. And another option that only costs a minute or so of your time is to leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcast and or wherever you access our show, whether it is YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, etc. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So we say Kwaharini, my name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
All right, nachos are on plates.
And you are. Bye!